Welcome to our first episode of Success Leaves Clues. The goal of these sessions is to share successes with you guys. Not just successes, really. I'm looking to bring success stories. I'm looking to bring ideas from successful people. What was their path to success like, and failures? That's important. And I'm looking for you to take away certain gems and pearls that you can use in your life and your business and better chart your course to success. So today, we're thrilled to have Jeremy Zucker with us from Keller Williams White Plains Market Center, part of the KW Collective. And Jeremy's been in the business for just about 21 years.
Yes.
That's amazing.
21st year.
Yeah.
My daughter is turning 21 this year, and I got my license right after she was born. So that's how I keep track.
I love that. So what brought you to real estate real quick?
So my wife and I were looking for a house, and we went through 4 or 5 different agents, and each one we thought, this one doesn't quite fit. I can't believe this is the level of quality that we're getting. We finally found someone we liked. We bought a house, and I was working in finance at that point.
Gotcha.
And it was like winding down. I could have made another move in finance, and my wife said, maybe you should try real estate. We couldn't find anyone who was good.
Gotcha.
So the barriers to entry were very low. It used to be a 40-hour course.
Yes, sir.
And now it's, I think, 80.
Yeah.
Which is still not a huge barrier to entry, but
right.
It was a lot lower. No startup cost. I bought a few lock boxes and a few signs, and I was in business.
Wow. Wow. A whole lot has changed since then. So
Yes.
Let's talk more about your business. So first, tell me, what was the turning point in your career when you realized that you were no longer just a good agent and you were on track to be this top producer?
When you asked me for the podcast, I knew I had succeeded at a high level.
There you go. There you go. That's awesome. That's cool.
I guess when people start asking you, like, hey, how are you doing this? What are you doing? That made me realize maybe I'm doing something right. I'll do more of those things and less of the things that aren't working. I'm still surprised, though. Like, people generally don't ask me questions. I always, like we were talking before, like I follow agents, and I'm not shy about asking people, like, hey, what are you doing?
Sure.
Can I borrow that?
Of course. Absolutely.
And it's more helpful to do that in other market areas. So like I have relationships with agents around the country, and I listen to podcasts all the time with other agents.
That's great.
And I'll send them an email. And people share, so I'm happy to do that.
I'm curious, do people ask you? Do they ask you?
No,
What's the secret to your
like,
success?
I don't have one.
Come on.
I don't.
Come on.
I'm doing the same things.
We'll delve into this. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, yeah.
We should have a couch in here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yes.
I'm not doing anything differently this year compared to last year or the year before. I think I'm getting definitely like more referrals and referrals at a higher price point. And I am thankful for that.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's different this year, but I hope it continues.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
You're having a great year. You have great years. They're all building on each other. So
Yes.
On that note, talk us through your lead generation ecosystem. What does that look like? Obviously referral based.
So I'm really referral based. I track everything in my business. Obviously, how many listings, how many buyer sales, how many offers am I putting in?
I've seen your spreadsheets.
Yeah.
You have every detail chart.
I also have like just a regular Google Doc of everything that I look at monthly that I use to keep track of everything. So one of the things I started tracking about 8 years ago, I think, was the number of referrals. So I went from, I think, 17 referrals at that point, and I'll get over 80 referrals this year.
Wow.
Thank you to all the listeners.
That's amazing.
And of those, 11 were agent-to-agent referrals.
Sure.
So the
Sure.
overwhelming majority is from past clients. And
Sure. Well, this is a relationship
sphere.
business, right? You're building those relationships with clients, prospects, as well as agents.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah. And by the way, it's mostly free. I'm not paying for anything. Yes, I'll go out to dinner with someone every now and then. We'll go to a show, but it's not. I don't have a subscription-based
good for
generation
you. Good
model.
for you. That's amazing. I describe your business as pure business. It really is. In that it's really just building on itself. But I'm sure there was a time, even pre 8 years ago, that you didn't have such a referral base. You had to develop leads. Yeah.
So it's definitely a relationship business.
Yeah.
My way of thinking is that I don't want to turn anybody down. Sure. So I'll help you find a $2,000 a month rental, and I'll help this person with a $2 million house.
I
don't
applaud
really
that.
care.
Yeah.
Because you, Mr. $2,000 rental, know someone, or have parents, or have a colleague at work who maybe you'll refer to me who has a higher price point. And by the way, in 2 years, maybe you're looking at a $10,000 a month rental or a purchase.
1,000%. Yeah.
And maybe it's not the best use of my time at some point in my career, but I still do it.
Yeah, but I have a
It's
ton of
satisfying.
respect for that because there's so many agents that don't. Whoa, they get to a certain level and they don't want to be bothered with the rental. It could
Right.
lead to other business, obviously. So you're smart about that.
Yeah.
I'm also impressed. I'm going off script a little bit here. You're a one-man show here. So how exactly does a one-man show do $50 million?
Referrals.
Referrals, of course.
I have some help in, it gets busy. When it's busy, I'll have 7 or 8 appointments a day, like back to back. And then I have to follow up with my calls and my emails and my texts. So I have a few people who I can say, hey, I'm already booked. Can you take this other person out?
Okay.
So I have a few like showing assistants that I like to go
great,
to.
great.
Otherwise, I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have to pick and choose.
Absolutely couldn't.
Right?
That would be insane.
But by the way, those people I think are happy to
Sure.
go out with people.
course.
They learn, they get paid.
Yes. It's kind of the KW
So-
model too, right? We're all collaborative here. So
I
we're
mean,
working
I
together.
benefited from that when I started.
Sure.
So like, I'll help someone
Absolutely.
else. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
No problem doing that.
That's great.
So
I love that.
yeah, so I'm not just a one-man operation, and I call my team, like, it's those people, right? It's everybody here at the office. It's the inspectors, it's the attorneys, right?
absolutely.
It's all the vendors. You need an electrician. That's my team.
Yep.
So
So let me ask you this a little bit off script again. Are you setting a goal based on your prior performance? Are you looking at 2026 based on where you're at now?
I always want to do 52 deals a year, like a
Okay.
deal a week. That's always my goal. And again, I don't care if I'd rather not do rentals, but I
Right.
do them. I'd rather they were all $5 million sales.
Yeah, sure.
So do we all. But I want to do a deal a week.
Got it.
So that's
A
always my
deal
goal.
a week strategy. I
Yeah.
love that.
And I'm not telling you I want $50 million, $1 million
Right.
price point. I'm
Right.
saying I want a deal a week because one deal will lead to other deals.
Of course.
And that's how I've been able to build a
I love
referral-based
that. It's like
business.
taking like a baby step, right?
Yeah.
To kick off the year, let's get that one deal under our belt. Let's get the next deal under our belt weekly, and that builds into $50 million for you.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
This year. We'll see what
Yes.
happens next
Oh,
year.
you're going to blow past it. I'm certain.
But it also builds a pipeline, right? Because I helped 30 people this year, and now those 30 people, if you stay in touch with them, maybe stay in touch with 20 of them.
Yeah.
And if half of them give you a referral, that's 10
that's huge.
free pieces
Huge.
of business.
Huge. Yeah, absolutely.
And now that business grows over time.
So you're in control of your business, but there's a lot in the market that you're not in control of. So in a shifting market like this, what are you doing differently? Are you shifting according to the market or pretty much sticking to your plan?
I would say I try to stick to my plan, but I really do the basic things
Okay.
every day
what does that
or
mean?
every other day.
Yeah,
I
basic
look,
for
I look at
Jeremy.
my
What does that mean?
So I have a database. I have an old database. I'm afraid to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what
Hey,
it is.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
But
Yeah.
I use it, and I don't care what you have as long as you use it.
Sure,
Like
yes.
Gary Keller talks about his the card box in his
Yes.
trunk.
Yes.
It worked for him in 1982.
Yeah.
By the way, if you did it now and you used it consistently, it would probably
Fine.
still work.
Fine, exactly.
So
Yeah.
whatever you have, use it. So I follow up with people.
Yes.
I'm not a phone call kind of person.
So like cold call person.
No, I.
Oh, just
I
on the
don't
phone.
want to talk to you on the
Oh,
phone.
okay, gotcha.
I'm happy
got
to
it.
email
Okay.
you.
I have some family members
So
like that. Yeah, they don't
it's
like
not that
yeah.
I'm not social. I feel like I'm fairly social,
Yeah,
but
of course you are.
I want to be able to refer back to a conversation. I want to be able to think about it, and I can do that more easily on email.
Yeah.
I can also respond to you at 11 o'clock at night when you might not want to have a phone call. Because theoretically, I'm busy during the day with clients, and I can follow up with
Sure.
my emails or texts at night.
Yeah, yeah.
So what am I doing differently?
If
I'm not-
anything.
yeah, I really don't think I am, and I'm not hiding anything.
Sure.
I've
No,
had
that's fine.
had more referrals at higher price points and more of them.
That's
And,
good.
and in preparation for this, like I looked at all my numbers, and
Yes.
that's really what it is.
I love it.
So
I love it. It makes sense, and it's feeding your system, Jeremy's system, of these referrals, right? Because if you weren't communicating on a constant basis and being trusted, you wouldn't be having these referrals flow in.
Right.
And you wouldn't have the year you had.
yeah,
Yeah.
What I've been doing a little bit more of this year is we all have the automated searches set up for buyers,
Right.
and a lot of my business is on the buy side. By the way, it's not just listings. I'll reach out to people and say, you haven't heard from me in a while, but there's nothing new to report.
See, that's perfect.
So I haven't forgotten
It's
about
a
you.
point of communication.
Exactly. And I rise to the top of their inbox. I'm back in their mind, and they know I'm thinking about them.
Yeah, exactly. That's,
So-
that's meaningful. That is really huge. So let's say I go out into the office here and I find someone to shout at you for 24 hours. What would surprise most agents about how you spend your time? A true surprise. What would that
I
be?
spend a lot of time in the car.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
listen to a lot of
He
podcasts.
does. He does. So many times I go to Zoom and you're like in the car.
In the
And
car.
that's our time together, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm driving around lots of appointments. I drive through neighborhoods. I always take a different route because I want to see different things.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess you'd be surprised. I'd say I'm not on the phone a lot. I'm trying to learn something new all the time, and I don't actively call clients. which is
Right.
maybe
Yeah,
a
you said
terrible
that.
thing to admit. Maybe you
No,
want to cut that out. But
again, if it's working for you, totally.
yeah,
Yes.
and maybe it doesn't work for everyone. There's some clients. I have a client now I'm working with, a buyer, and he prefers being on the phone. Fine.
Okay, sure.
I'm happy to
Then
be. I'm
you're-
not saying I don't talk to people on the phone.
Right. Right. No.
But I always prefer email, so I can kind
Okay.
of reflect on it. I can respond when I want to respond.
Of course, makes sense. As long as it's communication and
That's really,
you keep it going.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's the best piece of business advice that you ever ignored and then really regretted? Is there one?
I would say that I got a coach about 10 years ago, and that was something I hesitated doing because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And it's a commitment, or I usually sign on for a 12-month commitment.
Sure.
You're going to spend all this money, and you
Yeah.
don't have any results yet to show for this. If I had done that sooner, I think my business would have been more consistent sooner and at a higher level.
All right. Do you currently have a coach?
I do.
You do? Okay, great.
And it's the same coach. And I sometimes think...
Same coach as
as when
years
I
ago?
started. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I sometimes think I should change, but we know each other, we have a good rapport, and obviously... And he knows to say, I bet you're not doing that thing that we talked about anymore.
At this point, he really knows
so,
you. Or this
totally,
person really knows you. Yeah. That's really important.
So I would say a coach, I think, is important. And I think it's different than an accountability partner. If I just said, hey, let's be accountability partners.
Right.
I think when you pay someone for a service, you're going to hold yourself to a higher level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is accountability. That is holding you accountable to where you should be. You're holding yourself accountable. And this person also knows you. So then it's like friendly or nice accountability, if you will, right? That gets you to that goal.
It's right. Yes. So you can have different types of coaches, right?
Because
You
he
can have
knows you.
Yes.
Right.
But you can have coaches who are just all business
Oh,
and
right,
mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
we don't
not what
want
I
that.
want.
No,
That's
we don't
not what
want
we
that.
have. Yeah, but we don't want that. But maybe somebody else doesn't work for them.
Gotcha.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
So like I don't always hit my numbers on any given month. Rarely do people do that. But over time it works.
Right.
And you course correct, and then hopefully you hit what you're going after.
Sure.
It's also about the people you meet through coaching.
Yes.
And I would say whatever organization you coach with.
Yes.
Because you're surrounding yourself with people who are after the same thing,
Yeah.
which is
Oh, yeah.
success and maybe a little bit of balance, and you learn from each other. And like I said before about asking other agents from other parts of the country in different markets, hey, what's working for you, what's not
absolutely.
working? That's how I've gotten those resources.
Yeah.
Across different brands, different price points.
Yep.
There's so much out there,
Yep.
and it's really interesting to see like what works consistently in every market.
Yeah. We say here, well, we say as a rule, but here at KW, we're always saying it's important to find those 5 people that you spend your most time with, because you're going to become like them and
Right.
share information that's going to help each other, which is huge at KW. Yeah.
Top grade.
High capacity performance, that's how I would describe you. High capacity performer, it creates pressure. How do you deal with the pressure of this wonderful industry that we're in and so many facets of it and the people that we deal with?
Right. I do have some balance in my life. I like to work out. I like to read. And one of the things the coach said to me from the beginning was, you should be reading for pleasure. So I started doing that.
Yeah. Not always a business book, right?
No, not a business book.
Got it.
Even if you derive pleasure from that, read something different. I've always read nonfiction. That's always my thing.
Cool.
So I started reading fiction, and I thought it was ridiculous. And now that's what I read.
Wow. Interesting.
So and it's nice at the end of the day to unwind with something that's not a big
Oh,
TV watcher. So I'll just read a book.
Absolutely. My escape is travel books. We like to travel, so I read.
Right.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading a Jack Reacher book.
Oh, cool. I love Jack Reacher. That's great. That's cool.
Yes. Totally different than my everyday life.
Yeah,
Not that you can
exactly.
Tell,
Yeah, no, we all like to escape, right? We
Yes.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
way we can decompress.
I
Yeah.
also try to get away. So
Yes, you do.
in the last 13 months, I've been away more than 13 times.
That's.
So
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you're a big skier, right?
Yeah, I like to ski. I've been going out for walks with people. So rather than, hey, let's go out for
fantastic.
breakfast, let's go for a walk.
Love
so
that.
twice last week, I went for a walk in the woods with 2 different people. And at first they thought this is silly, but they liked it. And
Yeah.
they thanked me afterwards.
That's-
Everybody should be outdoors more, and it's more personal time. We're not
Quality
distracted.
time with that
It's so
person.
nice.
Yeah, you're not a noisy diner or bar or
Right.
restaurant. You're actually one-on-one. That's huge.
It's great.
Yeah,
So
I
I've
love
been doing
that.
that. Was like I did a lot of
I'm
that
gonna
during
add that to
COVID.
my list. I'm
All
gonna
right.
be doing that now.
Where's
Yeah,
your pen?
absolutely, yes.
I did a lot of that during COVID, and then I got away from it, and now I'm moving back to that. And that was also one of the things I talked about in like all these coaching
So
meetings.
tell us about the script around that. You're calling someone, you're emailing someone perhaps, and how do you make that appointment? Let's spend some time together. Let's go for a walk around the lake, go for on a trail, whatever. How do you do that?
Sometimes it's friends, and I'm just, hey, let's catch up. Let's go for a walk.
Sure.
Yesterday, I went out for breakfast with someone, and I tried to get him. And then he brought a friend, so he said, I don't want to go for a walk with this person. So we sat down and went to breakfast, but that was just a text. He was a past client, and I just sent him a text to check in. Hey, how's it going at the house? And he said, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to bring in my friend and talk to you about real estate. So that ended up being a breakfast, but on the anniversary of our transaction, I'll always send a thank you note.
Oh, that's
a handwritten note.
Oh.
I'll throw a lottery ticket in there.
A handwritten note.
Every year.
That's fantastic.
So I write a lot of those every year, and that's in my database. It comes up every day. I usually batch them, so I would say one week a month, I sit down and I write a lot of note cards.
Wow. That's huge.
So I do that. And in the note card, I'll say, hey, I'd love to get together with you. Maybe we can go for a walk sometime.
That's great.
I can only imagine what people are thinking when they read that. But sometimes people reach out to me and,
of
hey,
course, they obviously
let's get
do.
together.
Yeah, they do.
So,
you have
that's
these
how it
walks.
happens.
I love that. I really am going to implement that. I do like that.
Let's go for a walk.
Yeah, all right, let's do it for sure. So tell me about a deal that may have almost fallen apart. We have deals that fall apart all the time.
Yeah.
How did you handle that? How do you handle deals that crumble?
I would say that financing is often like the trickiest part.
Okay.
And I think it's the most stressful part for people. So I had a deal this summer that came in a little over $2 million deal. It fell $350,000 short on appraisal.
Wow.
We contested the appraisal. The bank said, we're not adjusting this. I said, let's switch banks. We still had time.
Sure.
The seller gave us the time to do that. And in 5 business days, we had an appraisal at full market value.
Wow.
Because the other appraisal was just silly. And we closed on time.
Wow. That's huge. That's a great story.
So that was, I had another one this summer where the buyer couple, so she lost her job the day before the closing. And the bank was like just checking in.
Sure,
of
course.
She didn't want to commit mortgage fraud, and she said, I lost my job.
Yeah.
So it took 2 weeks to get the deal back on track. But
2 weeks, that's nothing when you think about it.
I was nervous about that. And that was a high price point too. And those people are on my team. The mortgage person
Yeah,
is on my team.
exactly. I was going to say, that's all your team. That's huge.
And I had originally recommended this person, and he came through.
Yeah, that's great. Again, you don't get to 50 million necessarily all by yourself or by fumbling. You've got a solid support system, your team around you. So you can turn around a deal that may fall apart and save it.
I have another one that I'm working through right now. I don't know what's going to happen. The deal will go through, but vacant house. I represent the buyers. The sellers, again, they left. Somebody cut down a big tree in the front yard, 100-foot old tree.
Wow.
Nobody knows who did it. There's no camera doorbell. Neighbors weren't home.
Wow.
So now, we're trying to figure out how
That's
much is this
unique.
tree worth?
Yeah,
Is the seller going to give us a credit for this? It's never happened to me.
No, I've never heard of such a thing.
And the attorney never happened to either of the attorneys before. So we're trying to figure it out.
So maybe part 2 of our chat. We'll get to
we'll
the result of that.
On our walk, we'll talk about it.
So let me ask you this. This is a big question. If you had to rebuild your entire business from zero in a new market, you moved to a new location, right? Jeremy Zucker is new to that market.
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. All right. Maybe put it out there. Maybe that'll happen.
Okay.
What would be the first 3 moves that you made to start your business based on what you know now?
This is what advice would you give to a new agent kind of question.
There you go. Yes.
Okay, I know where you're going with this. You have to know the market.
Okay.
So I would definitely preview homes, or probably better than that, go to broker open houses.
Okay. Great.
Because you want to meet the other agents.
Absolutely.
And a preview, it's just you in the house, but I'd rather meet the other agents. I would do a lot of broker open houses and previews in the areas that I wanted to focus on.
Yeah.
You have to know your markets. You have to know your numbers.
Know your
That's
numbers,
really
for sure.
important
Yes, sir.
because, especially when you're new, you have to sound like you're experienced. And whether it's what's happening in this market that I'm working in, like this particular geographic area, or what's happening nationally, or what's happening in my office, like our business is up,
Absolutely.
our business is down, because I have no track record in this new market. But the office is having a great year, and therefore the market is great.
Your team, right? You're
Team.
performing
There
at
we go.
at a certain level,
Our
right?
team, not
I always love
our
this,
team.
the script and the answer of when you're a new agent and you're asked the question, so how long have you been in the business? And you don't want to say 2 weeks.
Right.
Say, I feel like it's forever. It's such a great industry. I feel like it's been forever.
See these gray hairs?
See, we deflect
Yeah,
that.
it's great.
Yeah, right, totally. Yeah, totally. It does give us gray hairs.
Yeah. I think community involvement is also really important.
Oh,
So
yeah.
wherever you are in your business, it's important, whether you're volunteering at a school or a soup kitchen or anything, religious, political.
Yep.
I'm not talking about politics, but get involved. You want to get involved and
Yes.
let people know who you are.
Yeah, totally.
So
I agree.
And whatever you do will turn some people off and that's okay.
Yep.
But you want more of your unfair share of the people who you want to work with and
I love
who want
that.
to work with you.
Yeah, totally. Did you do that when you were new?
Yeah, I loved going to broker open houses,
Okay.
and it was fun for me. Like I said, I follow agents,
Yes.
so I would see the same agents week after week at the open houses and every area has their own different times for broker open houses.
Right.
So you learn the neighborhoods and you build relationships with the agents, and then when it becomes a competitive market, and there's my offer and 10 other offers, but I have a relationship with you because I've seen you every Tuesday at open houses. You're going to give me a shot.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
For
yeah,
sure.
I definitely
That's
did
huge.
that.
Again, building relationships, both sides, right? Your clients as well as agents. Yeah, that's huge.
Something else I've done, which is easy to implement, even if you have no listings, hold an open house for someone in the office. If it's in the fall, do a back-to-school drive and collect pencils or notebooks or something and donate it. At any point in the year, you can do like a food drive. Bring canned goods, bring cereal, and donate it to the food bank. And that's a pretty unoffensive way to show that you're involved in the community and that you care. Maybe you'll sell a house.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I love that. We're wrapping up.
That was fast.
I know. I loved it. Some parting words, all right? $50 million man. What could next year look like? What would be, close your eyes, Jeremy. What is next year, the next year after that? What does it look like for you?
The same.
Okay. All right. Not too shabby.
I don't know. I don't know that I would change anything.
Oh,
It's been.
I love it.
It's been a great year. Like, I've helped a lot of people, and that's how we look at it. I will have helped probably almost 60 people with their transactions this year, plus the people I'm still working with that'll carry through to next year. I just want to do more of that.
Love it.
So,
Love it, man. You're amazing, and thank you for your time, for being here, and I look forward to our next chat.
good luck with the podcast.
Oh, thanks, man. So, guys, you heard it here. Jeremy Zucker, $50 million man. Success leaves clues, so find your successes and stay on track. See you guys.